You catch me here sitting beside my four-legged companion, not immediately acknowledging the camera because this moment between us feels too genuine to interrupt. There's something profoundly simple, yet incredibly powerful about this connection. We share something that transcends the commercial noise of modern pet ownership. I watch his eyes track my movements, his body language shifting subtly in response to mine, communicating in a language far older than words. Put aside those expensive supplement jars, those calming sprays, and that premium anxiety wrap you ordered last week. The truth is that no technology or chemical compound can ever replace what your dog genuinely needs, the warmth in your voice when you speak to them. You can simply say, "Just relax, I'm here with you." And if those words carry authentic energy, they will instantly sense it and respond accordingly. Your dog has always known when you're being sincere, and when you're merely performing. They've been reading these subtle cues since the beginning of your relationship. But the real question we need to ask ourselves isn't about their perception. It's about our consistency. Are you steady enough, present enough, and authentic enough for them to place their complete trust in you day after day? That's the foundation of everything else we'll discuss today. Thing 1. The warmth of voice. The first thing your dog craves from you is something money can't buy, a voice carrying genuine warmth and emotional presence. Dogs don't process language the way we do. They aren't analyzing your vocabulary or sentence structure. Instead, they're sensing the emotional resonance beneath your words, the vibrations and energy patterns that reveal your true state of mind regardless of what you're saying. Research from the University of Budapest has demonstrated that dogs process the emotional content of human vocalizations in the same brain regions they use for processing emotionally meaningful sounds from other dogs. This means they're literally hearing your emotional state, not just your words. A genuinely warm voice activates their auditory cortex and pleasure centers simultaneously, creating a deeply reassuring effect that no brain supplement or essential oil color could ever match. The practical takeaway here is to become conscious of the emotional quality you're transmitting through your voice. When calling your dog, are you distracted, irritated, or fully present? They know the difference immediately. Try this before interacting with your dog. Take 3 deep breaths and consciously shift into a state of calm presence. Your dog will respond to this authentic warmth far more powerfully than to any technique or product designed to modify their behavior. Thing 2. Absolute consistency. The second core need your dog has is for unwavering consistency in your behavior responses and emotional states. Trust isn't built on occasional moments of connection. It's established through the predictable patterns you create over time. Your dog needs to know with absolute certainty what to expect from you in any given situation, especially in moments of stress or uncertainty. Consider how destabilizing it would feel if your partner or close friend responded completely differently to the same behavior. From day to day, affectionate one moment, cold the next, with no discernible pattern. This is precisely how inconsistent human behavior affects dogs, creating chronic anxiety, because they cannot predict what response their actions will trigger. The security your dog craves comes from knowing that you will react in consistent, predictable ways to their behavior. This doesn't mean you can't have bad days or experience emotions. It means that your core responses, boundaries, and rules remain stable. If jumping on furniture isn't allowed, it's never allowed, not just when you're in a bad mood or have guests over. If recall commands mean come immediately, they must mean this every single time, not just when convenient. This consistency creates the secure foundation that allows your dog to relax fully in your presence, knowing exactly where they stand. Thing 3. Playing with stakes. The third element your dog deeply craves is engagement in play that feels meaningful and consequential. One of the most common mistakes I observe in dog parks and living rooms across America is half-hearted play, the distracted ball throw while scrolling through social media, or the mechanical tug-of-war performed while mentally composing tomorrow's presentation. Your dog instantly recognizes when you're not fully invested in the game you're supposedly playing together. In the wild, play isn't just recreation, it's vital practice for survival skills full of intensity, focus, and real emotional investment. When wolves or wild dogs play, they commit their entire beings to the interaction, creating genuine suspense, challenge, and excitement. Your domesticated companion still craves this level of engagement, where the game matters, and both participants are fully committed to the outcome. The solution is surprisingly simple when you play with your dog. Play as if that game is the most important thing in the world at that moment. Create genuine suspense, real chase sequences, and authentic energy exchange. Put your phone down, forget about work for 10 minutes, and be entirely present in the game. Your dog will immediately recognize and respond to this shift in energy, and you'll likely find yourself enjoying the interaction far more as well. Thing 4. Full presence, closely related to meaningful play, is the fourth essential need: your complete mental and emotional presence. Your dog has an uncanny ability to detect when your mind is elsewhere, even when you're physically in the same room. They can sense the subtle differences in your breathing posture and micro-expressions that signal your attention has drifted away from the present moment. Modern life has trained us to exist in a constant state of partial attention, physically present but mentally scattered across various concerns, digital spaces, and future plans. We've normalized this fragmented awareness to such an extent that many of us rarely experience moments of complete presence. Your dog, however, lives entirely in the now and craves this same quality of undivided attention from you, their most important relationship. 5 minutes of truly focused interaction holds more value for your dog than an hour-long walk where you're mentally absent, absorbed in a podcast or phone conversation. This doesn't mean you need to maintain monk-like focus throughout every interaction, but it does suggest the importance of creating daily windows of complete presence times, when you put aside all distractions and fully inhabit the shared moment with your canine companion. These moments of genuine connection fulfill a primal need for social bonding that no amount of exercise or material comfort can replace. Thing 5. Emotional honesty. The fifth essential your dog craves from you is perhaps the most challenging for many of us: complete emotional honesty. Dogs possess an extraordinary sensitivity to human emotional states, detecting subtle changes in our biochemistry, breathing patterns, and muscle tension that reveal our true feelings regardless of the facade we present to the world. Their evolutionary success alongside humans has depended on this remarkable ability to read our authentic emotional states. Many well-intentioned owners make the mistake of trying to hide negative emotions from their dogs, forcing cheerfulness when feeling sad, or masking anxiety behind a veneer of confidence. This creates a confusing disconnect for your dog. They sense one emotional reality while you're performing another. The resulting cognitive dissonance can actually increase their stress levels as they detect your underlying emotional state, but cannot make sense of your contradictory external behavior. The healthier approach is emotional authenticity, combined with calm leadership. Your dog doesn't need you to be perpetually happy. They need you to be emotionally honest while remaining their steady anchor. It's perfectly acceptable to feel sad, anxious, or frustrated around your dog. They already know you're experiencing these emotions. What matters is maintaining your role as their stable guide, despite these feelings. This authentic approach strengthens trust far more effectively than emotional pretense ever could. Thing 6. The promise of safety. The final and perhaps most fundamental thing your dog craves from you is the absolute certainty that they are safe in your presence. This goes beyond physical protection. It encompasses emotional and psychological security as well. Your dog needs to know with complete certainty that when they are with you, they can relax their vigilance and trust you to handle whatever threats might emerge. This sense of safety isn't established through occasional heroic gestures, but through countless small moments where you prove yourself reliable, predictable, and capable. It's reinforced every time you calmly navigate a stressful situation without transmitting your anxiety to them, every time you confidently guide them past a potential threat, and every time you provide structure and boundaries that help them understand their world. Creating this sense of safety doesn't require special equipment or techniques. It requires becoming the kind of steady, present, and emotionally regulated human that your dog can utterly depend on. When your dog truly believes my person has got this, regardless of the situation, you've given them the greatest gift possible: the freedom to fully relax and simply be a dog without carrying the burden of constant vigilance or anxiety about potential threats. The biological basis of these needs. These 6 core needs aren't arbitrary or anthropomorphic projections. They're deeply rooted in canine biology and evolutionary history. The domestic dog's brain has been shaped by over 15,000 years of co-evolution, with humans developing specialized neural pathways specifically devoted to reading and responding to human emotional states, vocalizations, social quiz. Neuroimaging studies have revealed that dogs process human voices in specialized regions of their temporal lobes, similar to how humans process language. More remarkably, they show increased activity in emotion-processing brain regions when hearing emotionally charged human vocalizations compared to neutral ones. This specialized neural architecture explains why the emotional quality of your voice affects your dog so profoundly. The stress response system in dogs is intimately connected to their perception of their human's emotional state. When you're calm, present, and confident, your dog's cortisol levels decrease and oxytocin, the bonding hormone, increases. The opposite occurs when they sense anxiety or inconsistency from you. This physiological reality means that your emotional state directly impacts your dog's biochemistry and overall health, creating a compelling biological basis for the importance of emotional stability and authentic presence in your relationship. The cost of ignoring these needs. When we fail to meet these fundamental needs, the consequences manifest in ways many owners misinterpret as behavioral problems requiring correction or medical intervention. What looks like separation anxiety is often insecurity, stemming from inconsistent human behavior. What presents as destructive behavior may be the result of a dog craving meaningful engagement and full attention. What appears as disobedience might actually reflect confusion caused by inconsistent boundaries and unclear communication. The pet product industry has capitalized on these misunderstandings, offering endless solutions for symptoms while rarely addressing root causes. The market is flooded with calming treats, anxiety wraps, training devices, and behavior modification systems. A multi-billion-dollar industry built largely around treating the symptoms of unmet fundamental needs rather than addressing those needs directly. The true cost isn't just financial. It's the missed opportunity for a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with your dog. When we become dependent on products and techniques, rather than developing our own presence, consistency, and emotional authenticity, we inadvertently maintain a barrier between ourselves and our canine companions. The relationship remains functional, but never reaches its full potential for mutual growth, trust, and connection. Practical steps for implementation. Implementing these principles doesn't require purchasing anything new or learning complex techniques. It requires personal development and mindful awareness of how you show up in the relationship. Start by creating short daily periods of complete presence with your dog, putting away all devices and focusing entirely on the interaction. Even 5 minutes of this quality connection will begin shifting the relationship dynamics. Practice emotional regulation techniques that help you maintain consistency even during stressful situations. Simple breathing exercises, mindfulness practices, or brief meditation sessions can dramatically improve your ability to remain calm and centered when faced with triggers that typically disrupt your emotional state. Your dog will immediately notice and respond to this increased stability. Examine your playstyle honestly. Are you fully engaged or going through the motions? Challenge yourself to play with genuine enthusiasm and commitment for short periods. Create real suspense, challenge, and excitement in your games rather than mechanical repetition. You'll likely find your own enjoyment increasing alongside your dog's engagement. The transformative potential. When you consistently meet these 6 fundamental needs, something remarkable begins to happen. The relationship transforms from one of management and training to one of profound mutual understanding and trust. Behavioral issues that seemed persistent often diminish naturally, as your dog's core needs for security, consistency, and meaningful connection are fulfilled. This transformation extends beyond your dog's behavior to impact your own well-being. The qualities that make you a trustworthy, present, and emotionally authentic companion for your dog are precisely the same qualities that enhance human relationships and personal satisfaction. The mindfulness, emotional regulation, and consistent presence required for this approach benefit your overall mental health and relationship capacity. Perhaps most significantly, this approach reconnects us with something essential that many modern humans have lost the ability to communicate beyond words, to sense emotional states directly, and to be fully present in our immediate experience. Our dogs offer us a daily invitation back to this more embodied, present way of being, if only we're willing to meet them where they naturally exist. Conclusion and call to action. As it turns out, the most valuable gift you can offer your canine companion isn't found in pet stores, trendy subscription boxes, or veterinary supplements. It exists within your own capacity for presence, consistency, and emotional authenticity. The quality of attention you bring to the relationship matters far more than the quantity of accessories you provide or the duration of physical exercise. The next time you reach for your dog's toy, challenge yourself to put down your phone and engage as though this play session is the most important activity in your world at that moment. Create genuine excitement, suspense, and joy in your interaction. Your dog will immediately recognize this shift from mechanical interaction to authentic engagement, responding with visibly increased enthusiasm and connection. Remember that your dog doesn't need perfection, they need authenticity, consistency, and presence. When you speak, speak with genuine warmth. When you establish boundaries, maintain them consistently. When you play, play with full commitment. These simple shifts require no special equipment or expertise, yet they fulfill the deepest needs your dog has been trying to communicate all along. Your relationship will transform accordingly, revealing the extraordinary connection possible when we meet our dog's true needs rather than the needs we've been marketed to believe they have.